Hey everybody, what's up? It's Chris, and today I'm going to address another ex-vegan. So last night a bunch of you DM'd me letting me know that there's another influencer out there who is no longer vegan. So I just want to address this and just go over it with you guys and anybody that wants to watch the video. And I think it's important because when you have influencers with, let's see, she's got 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and like over 300,000 on Instagram. She's got a lot of followers, and it's kind of interesting because I haven't heard of her. Maddie Lymburner. I had to look her up, and I went to her YouTube channel, and I've never seen her videos before, so I just kind of skimmed through a few of them, and I looked through some of her posts on Instagram. It looks like she hasn't really posted on YouTube in about 8 months now, unless she deleted videos. I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing here. So I think it's important to make these videos because I have a following, I have a platform, and I just want to get the message out to people, especially people that are very impressionable. And I know everybody's not gonna, follow suit in what she does or what other influencers do, but there's quite a lot of people out there that do, that are impressionable and look up to these influencers as role models, and they want to replicate the lifestyle of whoever their favorite role model is. So you're going to have people that want to do whatever these influencers are doing. If they go vegan, they want to be vegan, and they want to make all the same meals that they make. They want to wear the same clothes. They want to replicate these people. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying they have a lot of influence. And there's people that are on the fence about whether or not they want to be vegan or not. And then you see influencers, coming on and saying, oh, I'm no longer this because, it was, they all have their own excuses. There seems to be a pattern here. There's certain traits that a lot of these ex-vegans have in common. Okay, so this is her Instagram account. Says she has 311,000 followers. Her bio has plants, health, and fitness. Okay, and then shop my recipe books. I wonder what her recipe books say. Let's click on that real quick. The Wholesome Eats Cookbook. Always Oats ebook in a bundle. So the cookbook is $31. Let's click on that. Let's read a book about this. This is a compilation of all my favorite vegan recipes I've created and tweaked over the course of 6 years being vegan. Okay, so she does claim to be vegan here. Okay. So let's go back to her post. All right, so this is the last post that she made just a couple days ago, or 1 day ago. It says, as you may have noticed, I've taken a step back from posting as much personal content online. After going through some major life shifts, I've realized I needed to do this for myself. So already it's kind of sounding like a typical excuse for not being vegan anymore. I've heard a lot of them over the years. Let's keep going. After creating hundreds of what I eat videos, things started to become repetitive and I lost my creative spark. All right, so I get what she's saying there. I can identify with that. I've also taken a new approach to my diet, which is no longer fully vegan. Okay, so I don't think there's a fully vegan or a half vegan. There's vegan and there's not vegan. She could easily take the word fully out of there. So basically she's no longer vegan is what she's saying. But predominantly plant-based. So she's eating a lot of plants, but she's also eating animals. All right, so she uses the word diet. So now I'm wondering, was she vegan for her diet, for her health? Veganism is an ethical standpoint. It's a compassionate choice, a compassionate ideal to not exploit, eat, wear anything to do with animals. So simply just don't put them in your mouth, chew them, and swallow them. I understand this might come as a shock, but I've also experienced positive things from including very small amounts of animal-based foods back into my diet. Again, she's making excuses. She's justifying very small amounts. She's saying the quantity. It's very small, so it's I'm not as bad because it's very small. Just remember, if you're questioning why I'm making this video here, is you can eat all the plant-based foods you want, but you can't just borrow very small pieces of an animal without them dying. The animal still dies whether you eat a lot of animal or just a little animal. And it doesn't matter if it's dairy or eggs or whatever, an animal is dying. You're talking about dairy, which I don't know what she's putting in her diet, but let's just say the argument, now she's only putting a little bit of milk or butter, cheese, or whatever. An animal is dying. A calf is being taken away from its mother and, living in a confined space for a very short amount of time before it's killed, and they call that veal. You can't take a little bit of a fish without killing the fish. It just goes back up to the first paragraph, and it just sounds more and more after reading it, doing this for very selfish reasons. This was something I needed to do for my health and overall well-being, something I will touch on more in the future. This is a very common trait for ex-vegans. They give you all these recipes and they say how healthy they are and ebooks and everything, and then they decide that they aren't going to be vegan anymore, and it's always because of their health. You got to feel bad for their health. I still enjoy plant-based meals daily, have days where I eat 100% plant-based, and I will always advocate for eating more plant-based meals. So she's really trying to play this down by saying, I only use a little bit of animal products, and I'm still advocating for plant-based. But she's no longer saying anything about veganism. It's all plant-based, and there's days when she eats 100% plant-based. It's something that she needed to do for her health. That's what a lot of these ex-vegans say. They're doing it for their health. I just want to remind people there's no animal products that are like a cure-all that's going to make you healthy that plants can't do. Maybe everybody's different. Maybe some people are allergic to certain things, but there's enough plants, seeds, nuts, mushrooms, fungi, whatever, in the spectrum that you can get everything you need. And if you can't eat certain things, you can eat other things. There's literally thousands and probably millions of different combinations of what you can eat and you can get from plants. Now, we are human. We are all human. We are different, but we all still need the same nutrients, and you can get all of those nutrients without eating animals. Now, let's not forget that an overwhelming amount of doctors and scientists agree that any human can be healthy and get everything that they need from a proper planned plant-based diet from all stages of life, from pregnancy, infancy, to old age. And I've seen it at all stages. Personally, I've been vegan now for well over 2.5 decades. I haven't eaten meat in over 30 years. And I didn't always eat the healthiest foods, but yet here I am. I'm not shriveled up and dying. I'm not weak and malnourished. I'm actually very healthy and very active. And I'm not the only one. I've got many friends that have been vegan just as long, and I even know people that have been vegan much, much longer. That's a huge cop-out. You don't need animal products to be healthy. And as somebody that was once a vegan, you might think that I'm being overly critical, but let's remember, this is somebody that is influencing thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and it's so disappointing when I see things like this. I'm not surprised anymore. It's not surprising. It's just disappointing. And I hate to see it. And I need to say something. I need to be a voice to say something. And I don't, this isn't my approach. I don't come off like this. But, this is somebody that's in the public eye, in the spotlight. So they have to expect some kind of criticism when they do things like this. And I'm not normally like this to people. I take the approach of trying to educate and inspire, if you've seen my channel. But at the same time, when I see stuff like this, I need to speak up. I need to say something because people are, giving veganism a bad name. And yes, there's all kinds of arguments out there, but there's people that are quitting being vegan every day. And you can make the argument, and I believe it wholeheartedly, that if you quit being vegan, you never were vegan in the first place. But nonetheless, people are quitting every day. People make that argument. Well, yeah, sure, there's people quitting every day, but there's more people going vegan every day than there are quitting, or it wouldn't be growing as fast as it is. And believe me, I saw how it was back in the early 90s when I first went vegan, and nobody really knew what it was. And nowadays, you got these huge companies that are being inclusive, making vegan products and selling them at places that we never ever thought back then would happen. You know, we got McDonald's and KFC and Burger King that are selling vegan meals. Huge companies, Ben and Jerry's, making vegan ice cream now. It's not just the vegan companies out there. Everybody wants in. The world is changing, and veganism is going mainstream. It's already mainstream. I would argue that veganism is the future. It's the right thing to do. You know, we don't need to eat animals anymore in this day and age. We just don't, and there's no reason why we have to keep doing it. So let's continue. Over the past few months, I've poured all my focus, time, and creative energy into doing what I love most, MadFit. It's probably her fitness page, I would assume. I wouldn't rather do anything else, okay? I'm sure you all know by now how much MadFit and the MadFit community mean to me. This is something that I will continue to pour my heart and soul into for years to come. It's my passion. So I'm really thinking more and more. I don't know this lady, but it seems that she's doing this all for health and fitness, which is great. I mean, I'm all into health and fitness myself, but I am vegan. I'm not gonna say plant-based when I'm vegan, and I know the reasons why I'm vegan, and it's just kind of a great added bonus that I can be very healthy as a vegan. But remember, health does not mean vegan. I had somebody on my page the other day when I posted a s'mores it was National S'mores Day. I posted a big s'mores that I made a couple years ago, and somebody was like, "You can't tell me that that's healthy." And I'm like, I never said it was. There's nowhere in the caption that I said anything about being healthy. But you know, a lot of people get together in the summer and they make s'mores. So if they're going to make s'mores, I want to show somebody how to make a vegan s'mores, because I'd rather somebody indulge in delicious ooey gooey goodness that's not healthy at all without killing animals than with killing animals. So that's my stance, and that's what I've always tried to do, is try to teach people to do things, whether they want to indulge in the comfort food or they want to eat very, very healthy. But let's do it all without hurting animals. We don't need to do it. There's no reason for it. We're in 2020, today's day and age. It just doesn't need to happen. All right. So she says, as for Maddie Lymburner, quotes, I will still share what I feel called to share on this account: food, recipes, behind the scenes of MadFit, plants, etc., as well as YouTube when I feel prepared to create on that channel again. So she hasn't posted in a while, I guess. It looks like 8 months. But I'm also enjoying keeping parts of my life offline. Thank you all so much for your support, understanding, and love. It truly means so much to me. I hope this update brings a bit more clarity and understanding to my situation. Sending you all so much love. So I know personally most of the people that messaged me when I asked why they followed her in the first place, it was all because she was vegan, her vegan recipes and stuff. There's no reason to follow her anymore if she's not posting vegan. Fitness is a dime a dozen. You can find so many different fitness people online. Vegan fitness, yeah, I would say, support your vegan fitness. There's a lot of other ones to support if you don't want to follow somebody more who's going to be posting non-vegan things. I don't know if she's going to do that or not. She didn't really specify. Somebody also said in the comments that she just recently, I guess it's this one, right? She just recently got a new boyfriend. And I don't know anything about this lady, but that could be an indication maybe her boyfriend isn't vegan. And it was very recently. This was like about 5 weeks ago. And the reason I know this is it says, this is a new boyfriend, so much cuter too. Okay, so she has a new boyfriend. And oh well, would you look at that? She just got another 1,000 followers since we started this video. So now she's got 312,000. Now, let's see this. So if you go to her recipe, her last recipe that she posted, this is about 4 weeks ago, like a week after she posted her new boyfriend. And I don't see any hashtags that say vegan. I see plant-based. Plant-based, all plant-based. Let's go down a little bit. This is April. Okay, April. And let's see if we have any here. We have vegan recipes, a vegan recipe share. So we have vegan here, vegan, several vegan tags here. So she posted it there. So I would say, yeah, it looks like after her boyfriend right here, she stopped identifying as vegan. Is that what happened? She stopped tagging vegan right around that time. Okay, so here's her YouTube channel. She's got about a little over 500,000 followers. Very impressive. And she's got a lot of videos. I did skim through a few of them. I didn't watch the whole thing. And she does a lot of what I eat in a day videos. So it looks like a mixture between what I eat in a day and fitness. And let's see, in the tags right here, it's vegan grocery shopping. And I did look through a few of them. They do talk about, she's with her old boyfriend in these, and they're talking about different vegan things, what's vegan, what's not. I also want to show you this real quick. So this is the actual screenshot of what one of you guys sent me in my direct message. And I noticed at the very bottom, John Venus says, "Happy to see you doing well, Maddie. Much love." Why that's ironic is John is he was the last ex-vegan I did a video on, vegan to hunter. So yeah, I guess they stick together. So again, it's disappointing to see these. There's been several over the past couple years that I've done videos on. You know, when people create their channel based on, you know, being vegan, and then they come out and tell everybody they're no longer vegan, it's just really disappointing. And again, I just want to be the voice of reason out there, letting people know if you're on the fence about going vegan, you know, just because she's doing this, you don't need to follow suit. You don't need to say, well, maybe I'll feel better by eating these. No, just don't eat a restrictive diet. That's one of the things that I found to be a trait for ex-vegans. A lot of them eat a very restrictive diet. I don't know anything about her, but some of them seem to have eating disorders, and then they blame it on being vegan, which if they ate more of a variety of food, or, you know, try to eat other things, if you're lacking certain nutrients, maybe you want to get your blood checked and try different foods that have different nutrients in it, try some combinations there. Don't be so restrictive. And you don't have to be ashamed to take supplements or vitamins. You can do everything without eating animals. And there's no shame in taking supplements if it's something that you need. It's better than eating flesh of an animal. We don't need to be hunters and eat animals. We don't need to raise them and kill them. There's the fallacy that there's humane meat out there. It's not true. People will sell this information to you saying, "Oh yeah, my meat is all grass fed." It's inhumane. It's inhumane whether your meat ate grass, whatever, in a pasture. It's still being brought into this world, contained in a place by humans, and being forced to do certain things until it's time to kill them. There's no humane way. Humane and slaughter, they're the opposite. They're the exact opposite. You can't have humane slaughter. It just doesn't exist. So don't be fooled by some of these buzzwords that the industry tells you. There's no, oh, I only eat a little bit of animals, so, you know, it's all good. No, a little bit of animal still kills an animal. So it doesn't need to be done. And I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not surprised, but I do notice that she's still selling these ebooks that she promoted as a vegan when she's no longer vegan. Think about that one. Still making money off it, good enough for you to promote it to other people, but you don't think you can do it yourself. So if you truly think that, you would take it off the market because you wouldn't want other people, you wouldn't want them to be unhealthy either, would you? I'm just sick of seeing this. It's not in my nature to go on the attack, and if that's the way you want to look at that, that's fine. I don't really care, but it's maddening, Maddie. It's maddening. To see this over and over, especially from really, really big influencers that have a huge following. Going vegan is one of the most unselfish things you can do, and then quitting that is one of the most selfish things you can do. Now, I always hold ex-vegans, and again, I say ex-vegan, you can totally make the argument there's no such thing as an ex-vegan. You're never vegan in the first place. But I always hold them to a higher standard than somebody that was never vegan at all. And the reason for that is you might have the argument, if you were never vegan at all, that you never knew these things. Although I think deep down people know. But somebody that claimed to be vegan at one time, they know the facts behind what the animals went through and what the animals still go through every day in order for them to be on your plate to eat them. And to turn your back on them like that after you know everything you know is just, it's so much more horrible than somebody that was never vegan in the first place. And you don't need to follow her footsteps and start eating animal products to be fit like her. There's so many really cool vegan fitness influencers out there that you can follow, and you can get all the information from them. You can see what they eat in a day. And that's all I have for this video. So thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, stay safe, watch out for zombies, ex-vegans, and I'll see you guys next time.